it almost seems like they're giving it over to RQ. They want RQ to pick the Beatrix. It's a bait.
For what?
It needs a strategy to facing against the Beatrix later, Aether, I think, because with Eve, it's a high ground heroes that can use the remote manipulation to aim for Beatrix, but it's not enough. As we know, sometimes Eve is fail when facing against Beatrix.
Okay, with that being said, RRQ, they love to bank on that front to back. With a Eve being picked up, does it disrupt in their pattern? As RRQ have opted for a Beatrix and Paquito. This is interesting. It's already a change from RRQ since yesterday's match. They always usually pick up the Fredrin in the first phase, and now they no longer do that. Paquito and Beatrix, their choice.
And this Paquito is flex too. He can play on the jungler or even the XP lane, but mostly Banana will use it.
This Paquito is a really good pick from RRQ. It sets Banana up for success, but it also is a flex pick. Still, Paquito is a flex pick, though. I will definitely say that it is mostly used in XP lane and maybe even better in the XP lane. But now Aura, it's up to them to go for, Brody and Fredrin. So a flex with the Fredrin, but again, this one is kind of the same. It's not a run. It's not a run style to go for a Fredrin XP. And you know, if Mirror goes on the desk, I'll always say this, don't pick Fredrin XP. It's Garbo.
It's Garbo.
But we're gonna see later because Fredrin on the EXP lane, at least it can hold the enemy's XP laner. Like if Paquito gonna play on the EXP lane, then they gonna pick not, an assassin jungler for Van because they already have Zamot now who can play a tanky hero.
I agree. That's definitely an option for Aurafire to utilize, capitalize over Samo. The fact that he can play these conventional tank heroes, it should help, especially looking at RRQ's very vulnerable backline. You have options here. Yuzong for Oran is definitely up in the air there. You can even go for Khalid. Just anything to be able to dive into the backline, I think is worth it for Aurafire. So RRQ now have a chance to take those options away.
What are those options, right? Right now, I think XP lane is definitely the lane that they want to try to target. And there you go, the Terizla, a hero that we have seen, not Aran, but Fluffy, utilized to counter Aran's Paquito.
Yeah, with Terizla, it can have a good initiation too, using the flicker and the penalty zone. That's why it's very dangerous, especially when facing against Marcia and Beatrix. It can easily aim for Marcia and Beatrix using that combo. But we're gonna see the Aurafire's gonna ban the jungler or even the roamer from the RRQ side. As we know, Cho is still open. Franco is still open.
I think Franco or even a Kaja could be an option here. I mean, they need something to, if they want suppress for the Eve, then I would recommend Franco for Naomi or even the Kaja. Maybe Franco leaning towards more to the Franco, but there you go. Kaja taken out of the board, eliminating that as an option for RRQ to take. Yuzong is still an option for Aurafire here.
To be banned out from RRQ if they're thinking about that too. But because the flexibility of Fredrin, they need to think like, are we gonna ban the assassins? Because Farsha and Beatrix are very weak against the assassins on the early game. That maybe it might be the option or the strategy from the Aura side.
You want to flex it, the Fredrin?
Why not?
No, I don't think so. It's Garbo in the XP lane, to repeat my answer earlier. Uranus, though, going to be banned out here. And again, this is a perfect Yuzong game. It looks to be a good Yuzong game with a Baksha ban as well.
Do it.
Hey, come on. It has to be the Yuzong, right? Against a Farsa, against a Beatrix. You can see it in Uran's eyes.
Unless RQ want to pick it up for themselves.
And flex the Paquito into the jungle.
Yes.
The night pick.
First has used the Paquito in the jungle this season.
You're right.
They still can pick Martis though for RQ. It's a good hero when facing against Fredrin or the Eve.
I think that's a lot safer, to be honest. They go for the choke first instead. All right, that is a power pick for Naomi, but Aurafire, come on, give me Yuzong. Yuzong and what are we missing here? Roamer for
Kufra?
Samo.
Kufra might be good.
The Kufra will be really good against the Cho and the...
Go Atlas.
The Atlas will be great. I agree. That's what I was thinking about as well. The Atlas is going to be great against the Beatrix. Not so much against the Farsa, who can go Purify. Let's see, though. Final pick for Samo. And for Aran. Maybe it's something
It will be a good combo.
outside of the box.
Sun rises
Is it?
when I give the
But
word.
Khalid,
Okay.
there you go.
Khalid
I mentioned that Khalid as an option other
Clyde,
than
the Claude.
Yuzong. The Clyde. Come on, come on. Give me
Is
us
Is it gonna be Atlas?
Or-
Cupra Atlas.
Is it gonna be another pick off here? And it's
All right.
Rock. Yeah,
Not as
as we
fun.
know, Rock with the Gardens of Barrier can just disturbing Farsia Feather of Air strike stance.
Yeah, it works. It's just not as fun. But it works.
The Khalid is fun enough, though, right? I mean, they were like, they're holding on to it. They're like, you know what? We already have a lot of fun with the Khalid, and I think with the Khalid pick here, better lane against Paquito compared to Yuzong. Yuzong kind of gets bullied in the early phase of the game, so the Khalid actually has a way to win this 1v1 against the Paquito early, though. Early, only early.
But now Martis is look promising
Yep.
for RQ. It can jump the wall from the Grok. It can just running away from the Raging Sandstorm, from the Khalid itself.
And it's
Yeah, it might be
really
perfect
good
hero.
early game pressure as well. There's no other choice, so they do go for the Martis last pick. And I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, I honestly love the drafts from both of these teams. Help us out here. Colius, our beloved analyst.
Wow. With this kind of playstyle, I think RQ gonna play more aggressively on the early game, especially with Martis. They can contest the turtle more easily. But meanwhile, on the Aura side, using the Brethren as the jungler, there might be a contest, but we are looking for very high mobility on the mid lane because Yif and Grok, they can easily clear the wave minion and moving either to the gold lane or to the EXP lane.
And remember the keys to victory, Colius as well as Mirko. You need to be able to open up space for Van in these retribution contests. They don't have many tools. They have Grok on Samo, and they have kind of the Raging Sandstorm from the Khalid, but in a full 5v5 or even a 4v4, I do believe that RRQ has what it takes. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome you to game number 1 of RRQ and Aura Fire.
Well, well, well. What kind of gameplay that they want to show on this match? Because using the Martis, using Fredrin, both of them are utility junglers, so we might be seeing that there is a kiting gameplay, but look at the bottom lane.
Oh, this is really good already. Aran might be first blooded. Oh, 1 HP. Banana's looking for a flicker here. Let's see if he can get it. The body blocks, but the angles from Banana. He does not slip. Well played, first blood.
Wow. The ideas are it's make the Clay having a level 2 on the XP lane, but they got the first blood. What a bonus on the early game.
Oh no. That's not a good early game here for the side of Aura Fire. RRQ steamrolling for the moment. Looking for another pick. Samo!
This might be another. Naomi's looking for the solo kill, flickering forward. Samo with another flicker as well. Flicker for flicker, but it's a win for Naomi. Forces Samo to recall.
At the moment, we do have a little bit of time here. Sure, Naomi's been an issue, right? He's always doing this on the Cho, opening up vision, giving information for the Beatrix. But look at the emblem for the side of Grok. Very interesting here. Very different.
I want to point out not the Grok here, but the Fredrin. Usually we see Quantum Charge on Fredrin. Now, for
Brave
Van,
Smite.
he went for Brave Smite.
I think he's trying to be more sustainable during the team fights happen. And yeah, I'm quite agree with you, Aeterna, that Grok is using the pull yourself together and the weakness Finder. Maybe it will help the other teammates to like following up the movement from the Grok itself.
He's looking to facilitate his team. That's what differentiates Samo from all the other Groks that we've seen so far. But look at this, already a collapse onto the next turtle. Van and Versik are equal in level. It's a 50-50, but it looks like our Fire is outnumbered.
Definitely now. Way the Dragon locking him down. Whoa, what? How? Van didn't even use Rectory. A blunder from Versik as Aran goes in. Appraiser's Wrath and one more Raging Sandstorm. And Van gets it as well. A big win for Aura Fire. My goodness. What happened with the Rectory on Versik?
Wow, it's one turtle, 1 kill points, even the retribution, even he already got the Way of Dragon, but now Banana is losing his life too.
Uh-oh, Van walks up. Oh, he steals it again! What in the world, Van? Who let this man cook?
Aura Fire strikes back here in the first 3 minutes of the game as he goes in aggressively onto Clay as well. What?
Yo, Van is the man for sure. Clay's walked down by him. Top prediction though. Yo, Choji and Coleus, the only two RRQ votes.
But yeah, if you're looking at the RRQ drop, I think they can play very, very stable, using like the Farsha as the high ground defensive, having the Beatrix. It's one of Skylar favorite heroes. Even if they want to pick playing the big off playstyle, Naomi has it, using the Cho. That's why I'm choosing the RRQ. Might be win this first game.
Yeah, it should be different after all those heroes are level 4, right? It banks on those ultimates to come through. And we'll see if Naomi's able to pull it out. Because so far, Naomi has only been focused on allowing and giving Skylar the space that he needs to farm. Not really looking for any pickoffs on the board or translating it onto the objectives.
But using the Samut ability to clear wave the minion very quickly, they can just waiting for enemies on the jungle like they have right now.
Oh my god. Wild charge ban? Oh, what? That's a violation. Clay got dove under the tier 2 and the base turret in the 4th minute of the game.
They are playing very quickly, diving into the enemy's jungler, waiting for someone to go pass by because they have enough crowd control, because they have enough damage on this early game. As we know, Power of Nature from Grok, it can make someone have losing like 2 bar of EHP.
Let's see though, Naomi's looking for an opening once again. Has the Jikundo ready, but Van just picks it up for free. Still, comfortably in the lead. Aura Fire holding on to it.
2 Turtles for Aura Fire is not a good story, Eterna, because they are losing the level, they are losing the advantage from the Turtle itself. If you look at the goal difference, it's 2k difference now, leading by Aura Fire.
And the problem is, Amardis needs to snowball, man. Very difficult when you're playing in from the behind. Look at this, Aran and Banana in a 1v1 situation. It looks like Banana is looking for that pick, but he might be taken out, still able to dash away for now, leaving Aran a little bit behind in terms of rotations. And Banana can move forward here as RRQ look for something in the top side.
That's worth it though. Aran actually denied a whole cannon minion of XP from Banana.
Yeah, he just wiped them up, so he didn't have the chance to destroying the outer turrets yet. But waiting for the third turtle. The movement from Aura Fire seems more not too aggressive because they know they need to wait for the momentum.
Also, they have kind of shifted their focus. I don't know if this is an ongoing thing up until the late game, but earlier on, you saw the constant pressure that they were putting on to Clay. And the fact that Clay couldn't rotate as much as we usually see him, and the fact that Clay is usually the main shot caller and the man who anchors RRQ. It looks like RRQ a little bit disheveled here in the first 6 minutes of the game. But now...
Power of Nature gets him out of harm's way. Naomi wasn't able to find a Jeet Kune Do to Samo. And look at the collapse up top. They're trying to enable Kabuki, get him through these sieges. Again with the Brody, it doesn't matter if you get kills in the lane, as long as you get these turrets, one charge and a flicker combo. Now Skylar's throwing it up. He flickers out, but it's into the real world play. He gets knocked up, and Kabuki with a flicker and a double kill. What a play from Aura!
Beautiful, beautiful wild charge there from Samo as they go in for more. Versik gets taken out just like that, and that is going to be another pick for the side of Aura Fire, 3-0.
Looking at Samo playstyle, I am having some kind of deja vu. It's like Donkey who are playing the Grok right now. Do you remember when Donkey is using the Grok, he always go into the enemy's jungler, always locking his eyes to one heroes and always follow the heroes no matter what happened.
That's how he got it, the moniker Barbar. Donkey Barbar was the name because it comes from barbaric, because that's the way he plays, super wild. And it suits Grok, wild charge, you know?
Yeah, even back in the day, Grok cannot use the flicker and wild charge at the same time. But now, with Samoet trying to locking at Clay, I think it's a very important, like Eterna mentioned before, even the audience prediction is all on RQ, 88% against 12%.
Poor Aura Fireman, only 12%? Where's the faith? Ladies and gentlemen, but I do understand RRQ support is all around the world. They're global. As Aran here, still able to get out, but he might not actually Naomi. But no, still, Van, as well as Aran, they get out.
Looking for invades here. Versik is 2 levels below, and Van is just manhandling Versik on that Martis, man. Right now, they're going onto the purple buff. both junglers have retry, but again, Fersic is just forced out, and Van will not retry this. He's just going to take it and walk around to the orange buff. He wants to deny everything from Fersic.
Arco is having a bad time, Miracle, because on this early game, they are like very hard to get the farm pattern. Even Clay already 2 times taken down. And with this kind of gameplay, Aura Fire will keep their snowballing momentum until the Aran and Kabuki can join the team fight. Kabuki already got 2 kill points, and it's really important.
Under the turret, Naomi, though, finds a very good Jiku to wave the dragon onto Kabuki, but then one charge of Samo! And Kabuki gets out, gets a beautiful torn apart memory to get a double kill. Samo Barbar is online.
Samo again, ladies and gentlemen, 106 already. The second game of his career here at MPL ID Season 12 for Aura Fire, and he's making all the difference. Remember, the last time that RRQ and Aura Fire met, it was a clean game by RRQ. 2 games in a row. And already you can see RRQ just disheveled. A 7,000 goal lead for Aura Fire. It's a completely different story. You feel the impact from Aran as well as Samo. These 2 players, just all the difference in the world.
Samo is just like jack of all trades. You want Samo to play a pick of hero, so be it. If you want to play Samo play the like the attention seeker hero, so be it. Because with Grok, and yesterday we see it using Kaja, and now with Grok itself, it's really shining during this early game.
And back in the day, he was known for his Diggy. Every time Samo plays, you're always like, all right, there's going to be a Diggy ban. Or he picks it up, and he's already progressed, he's already developed afterwards, and now bringing light to Aura Fire, reigniting the flame that once was lost. Aura Fire, 8,000 gold lead Lord marching in the top side, and I think Skylar is quite behind. BOD, I think that's it. What else does he have?
He's even 2 levels behind of Brody. Not something you usually see. Retribution used up by Fersic in the mid lane to clear out that cannon minion, but again for Aura, the main lane they'll be playing with is the top lane, and they're not. Are they going to shove this? Yeah, it seems like they want to shove this. I thought they would try to delay it a bit, but it seems like they're just aiming to get the base turret passive with this Lord, and they successfully do that, creating also space to get this tier 2 for free. All tier 2s down in the 10th minute of the game with the first Lord. Value for the Dragons.
Even look at that damage from the Clay, Miracle. He didn't have any items yet, that's why the Feather Airstrike is not painful at all.
Wow, look at this zoning. Crisp clean. Samo just walks up with the power of nature like an absolute Chad. And RQ, they're forced out.
And it reminds us of what Kimura did on the Grok.
No, it's like
No?
the opposite.
Exactly.
He actually uses the power of nature. And that's why the anti-CC is such a... Oh my goodness! Banana loses a chunk of his HP. That's a cancel as well on the Feathered Airstrike with a good barrier placed down by Samo. And Aura now, I don't even think they need to look for any aggressive maneuvers. 2,000 gold lead for almost everyone, even Samo! What?
Oh my god, it's really a one-sided game because even Clay didn't have that lightning truncheon yet. And yeah, our Aetherna already mentioned it, that Skylar just have the BOD Swift boots.
11
not
minutes.
Yeah.
It's already been 11 minutes. Finally, he gets the Malefic Roar, a little bit more firepower when the sieges from the side of Aura Fire happen, but I don't think I've seen this before. Aura Fire, 10,000 gold lead against the Kings of Kings.
This is
Number 1 in the standings, by the way.
Exactly, what is this season?
I think it's all because the strategy. With this kind of gameplay, Aura Fire just want to shut down Clay. Yeah, Mirko already mentioned before that Clay is the radio tower for RRQ team itself. That's why they just want to shut down Clay, so Clay cannot give any information to his team.
And no damage output. Every time he goes in for the Feather Airstrike, Samo, without a care in the world, with just being unbothered, whips out that wall and cancels it out. RRQ, they need to figure a way to bait these resources, I think, before they commit with their heavily reliant ultimate composition. They need that damage from the Feather Airstrike. Somehow, they need to be able to do that.
But yeah, this second Lord, there will be no contest for Team RRQ because they know the lack of the level, the lack of the gold right now. It's far behind from Aura Fire, too far away. Now it's 12k gold on this almost 30 minutes.
Wow. I want to take a look at the gold charts again, man. I wonder how much gold individually they have over the individual members of RRQ head-to-head. Because earlier, the smallest gold lead was Samo versus Naomi. It was 1,500. That's the smallest, and you don't usually see these roamers have that much of a gold lead. The roamers are supposed to have this much gold. Samo is a beast.
He's investing, man. He's investing in Ube as gold.
So tonight, Samo gonna have a new title. Samo Barbar like Donkey.
Oh,
I like it. Maybe he can play the Cho next to, you know, display that legend performance at M1. But here, Fursic, Retribution already used up, and the Lord is still marching up top. Aura looking for the siege in the bottom lane. Kabuki still going for the hit. Sword Apart Memory used up. No stacks though. I think it might be a bit of a mistake now as they have left the Lord all alone. Skylar will be able to just dish out the damage on this Bennett using, or going on the Lord. Banana, whoa, getting chunked. The focusing mark has actually done so much for Aura Fire.
Yeah, without any base start on the top lane, Aura Fire just can easily into the base of RRQ. Even they are aiming for the base middle turret right now.
Banana with a good shove back. Look at Naomi. They finally spot him though, and yeah, now it's just perfect for Aura. They just rotate to the bottom lane, forcing him for the airstrike. One more shot should do it to take that base turret down. Van caught. Banana goes in for the knockout strike, but Van just, it tickles him. It doesn't even, whoa, he retries and he moves forward.
that's the confidence, that's the zoning capabilities that Samo and Van have at the moment because of how far behind RRQ are. I think Clay needs a little bit more items to dish out that damage as, oh, real world manipulation.
Pop down, then that's a free base turret. Clean, surgical gameplay, clinical gameplay from Aura Fire.
No
And
casualties.
Yeah, and Aura Fire really do their homework because they know when Naomi is using Cho, Naomi is always trying to flank to the back line. And Aura just give that job to Aran to looking for where is Naomi at.
Yeah, they don't want to make the same
There he
mistake
is.
that Alter Ego did yesterday. With him being spotted out, it does give RRQ a losing position here. Aura Fire a little bit of an edge when they know where Naomi is.
How many buffs have RRQ taken? Because the purple buff, I think, hasn't been taken by RRQ since the 5th minute of the game. Good wall. Naomi forces Chunpu out. It's another buff going to Aura.
A lot, here go a lot. I think RRQ, even Pharisik is only just got 2 or 3 buff before. And then they didn't have the chance to get that buff anymore. And with this third Lord, it's still an enhanced Lord, but I think it's really important to end this game if Clay is taken off.
But remember, Clay already has a Divine Glaive, so you need to start respecting that damage coming from RRQ. They're slowly reaching that power spike by Naomi.
Where the dragon for the airstrike, but it's rage, everything used up. Now Fairsik gonna be taken down. That's a value trade for Aura. Oh, Sword Apart Memory. Fade away, picks him up. Now Van with a taunt. Clay locked down. They might not even need the Lordo. Sid with a flicker on the real world manipulation. Locks Skylar in place with a mobility. Samo with a smack, but when nature comes in, Kabuki flickers forward as well. Now Naomi is next on the chopping block. Kabuki needs one more shot. Torn apart Memory, fade away. Bottom lane pushing in. Aura Fire should be able to secure this game.
Banana versus the world here. RRQ versus everybody. Is it going to be enough?
Make him slip. The focusing mark is there. Game 1. Wow. My Aura.
Clean cut, discipline, just beautiful game there by Aura Fire, not allowing a single breath for the Kings of Kings to utilize to look for any opportunities on the board. What was that, 12, 13K gold lead?
Every members of Aura Fire know what their job desk is. That